Welcome to What's Cooking Show, everyone. I'm your host, Chef Jason Huguet from here at the Steamboat Warehouse in Washington.
And I'm Landry right here from Steamboat as well. Today we have a little special guest for y'all. It's one of our sous chefs that we have here at the restaurant. So we'll bring him on. Y'all join us back for more What's Cooking. Welcome back, everybody, to the What's Cooking Show. Today we are going to be making lamb two ways, and Jason's going to get started telling y'all how he's going to do that.
Okay, so our first dish is going to be this lamb. It's a strip loin is what it is, which basically in beef, that's where you get a New York strip from. So it's basically the same cut. It's one of my favorite cuts. So what I want to do is take this fat cap off, and I'm going to clean this up real nice, get all this fat off. And while I'm doing that, why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest today?
Okay. Like I said in the intro, that we were going to have a little special guest for y'all. So this is one of our sous chefs here at Steamboat, and I'm going to let him introduce himself.
So I'm Jason right here from Steamboat Warehouse. Been here since March of 2021. Started out as a busboy.
Like myself.
And Jason's my inspiration, so just want to work my way up, and I'm currently in the kitchen now, and it's amazing.
Yep. He's been saying he wanted to be on the show, so I didn't know if I could trust him to be on the show just yet, but he's doing a good job, so
we're going to see. We got a long show left.
Yeah, Jason's teaching him a lot of good stuff, and actually he's going to help Jason with most of this meal today.
Yes.
I'm just here for the addresses and the phone numbers.
Oh, Lord, if you don't mess that up. Okay, so got our little strip loin. Pretty close here. You know, if you want to leave some of the fat on, you can. A lot of people don't like the fat. I like some fat. I like a ribeye. So, but New York strip is my favorite cut. So this is about a pound, maybe a little bit over. So I'm going to cut it into two steaks. And basically, this was the fat lip on. Mm-hmm. Remove that first, and then all the fat right here. You can keep that and grind it up, put it in sausage or anything else. Mm-hmm. So
that lamb is so pretty.
Yeah, so we did it this weekend, and it's sold pretty well. We sold almost the whole case.
Yeah.
So I feel like it went over really well. So I'm going to season this up. This is our homemade season that we make here at the restaurant. Okay, I'm gonna crank up our little grill a little bit. Don't want it too hot because we don't want to smoke ourselves out of here. We're here in the dining room. We're not in the kitchen, so we don't have a hood to really.
So you said that's the lip, like the lip on a ribeye, basically. Can you like slow roast that, like you do?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I would actually like maybe sous vide it.
Oh yeah.
That would probably be the best way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to get this medium rare-ish. I like the lamb a little closer to the rare. This weekend we were serving it medium rare and went over really well. We actually served it with some saffron rice, which we make with jasmine rice. Mm-hmm. You can also make it with basmati rice. But we used jasmine rice this weekend, and it went really well with the dish. We're also gonna make, in the next segment, some kabobs, but we're doing this Persian style or Mediterranean area. There was a guy that
I was waiting on you to say that.
I worked with years ago at Lafayette's restaurant on Kali Saloon, and I just wish I could find out where this man is because he left town and I've never heard from him again, but he
never looked back.
He was hilarious. He was 100% Afghani, or whatever you want, however you want to say it. He was 100%, and he was just nothing but fun. And
what was his name?
I said, "Well, what's your name?" He said, "Frankie." I said, "Frankie." I said, "That's kind of a strange name for an Afghanistan man." He said, "Oh no, my name is blah blah blah," and he had like 5-6 different names in a row. I said, "Okay, Frankie, it is." I'll never be able to pronounce that. So
he's the one that showed you the kebab.
He actually brought me to. We got really close. he brought me to one of the little parks on Kali Saloon that's close, a little bit closer to the thruway. And it's the first time I had kebabs like that, because what I was used to is kebabs over here at home. You take a skewer with meat and vegetables and you skewer it on a bamboo skewer. No. So he taught me some things, and I thought it was really nice, and it was different. These guys, whenever they do their kebabs, they actually use these.
This thing looks dangerous.
Yeah, it's massive. But what you do is you take minced meat or ground meat, usually lamb. Sometimes it's lamb and beef mixed.
Yeah.
And then what they'll do is skewer it, like, you know, with your hand, and then put it over an open flame, which we're not going to be able to do today, but for show purposes, this little grill over here is going to have to do. But we're going to show you that in the next segment. I'm kind of excited to do that. So, I turn my little grill up. I'm going to face this a little bit. Jason, I'm going to get you to help me with that some kebabs in the next segment, if you don't mind, bro.
Alrighty.
So while that's going, a lot of this stuff that you are gonna see here, I don't know about lamb, but like we always say, if you ask them, I'm sure they'd be able to get it for you. It can be found at Piggly Wiggly and Cash Saver. 8410 Highway 182 North, 1305 Heather Drive. And the phone numbers, 948-8199 and 948-9427.
Oh, wow. It's gonna rain today.
Yeah.
Y'all been praying for rain. It's
See,
coming today.
y'all go see them, and like I said, ask them if they can find y'all some lamb. If not, y'all can use
I mean, honestly,
beef,
like, lamb is
pork,
traditional
I mean,
if you're doing a Mediterranean style,
Right.
or like Turkish, you know, that sort of area. Well, you can use, if you don't have lamb, you can use beef. You can mix beef and pork, use whatever you want.
Yeah.
But lamb is just used mostly in their traditional
Right.
deal. So I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break. We're gonna finish our little lamb steak, and then we're gonna work on our kebabs on the next segment. How
All
about
right.
that?
Y'all join us back for more What's Cooking. Welcome back, everybody, to the What's Cooking show. So we have our lamb steak rolling. Jason's actually going to get started on his kebabs right now, and he's going to take over and tell y'all how he's going to do that.
Okay, so while our steak goes, we got maybe another minute on that. I want to show y'all how we're gonna do these kebabs. So this is 100% lamb that I ground myself. We have a little bit of pork. I'm not putting it all, but I'm just gonna put a little bit. So what I want to do is, first I'm gonna start adding a little bit of this pork. I want it to be mostly lamb, so I'm just gonna put a little bit for flavor. Sit down on the side. So I want to put some of our seasoning that we have here once again, but I want to show y'all at home. We put our seasoning, we put some red pepper. This is red pepper that we buy, but this is our homemade red pepper that we actually made from the cayenne peppers that we grow in our backyard. We leave them on the windowsill and let them get crispy, crunchy like Lay's potato chips. And then we put it in a spice grinder, and it's very hot. Let's go ahead and take our steak off. We're gonna let that rest.
Very good.
It's very good. It's scrumdiddlyumptious. So we're gonna use that red pepper instead. And this stuff is potent, so be very careful.
You can always add, you can't take it
Yeah.
away. So the pork that you put is just for flavor, or is that because, like, does it kind of, you mix pork with like certain things that are drier, or?
Well, so what I did is I actually ground up some of this lamb steak, which is very lean.
Yeah.
But I also saved the fat that you saw come off of the strip itself earlier. And I used that and ground that with it. So it's not really for, fat content. It's really just for flavoring.
Flavor.
But if you have if all lamb you can get your hands on is very lean, then yes, I would suggest grinding some pork in there for that reason. All right, now I got a little bit of egg. I don't want to put too much of this. Now you can use whatever seasonings you want at home. You can add green onions or whatever. Some of the real authentic recipes call for like minced onion, like finely minced onion. You know, you'll see in some of those real recipes, original recipes, cardamom, things like that, types of stuff like that. And I'm not a big fan of that kind of seasoning, so.
Yeah. It's
All
not
right.
for everybody.
No. So what I'm gonna do is, basically, this is probably the most difficult part, but I'm gonna get it on there. You wanna get it to stick really well. Making a mess.
As usual.
It is a little messy. Just like that. And Jace, I'll let you do one of these.
Alrighty.
You want to pass that to him, Chris?
Got it?
Yep.
Now, change my gloves. So all right. I'm just going to put this right here.
Takes a little bit of time
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
working with that.
take your time. All right, put that on there. I also have some vegetable skewers that we're going to do.
Flatten it out a little bit more. Those are some pretty vegetables.
Yeah. Now again,
Is that what you found in our icebox last night?
No, no.
No.
Again, this is you better off on an open flame if possible.
Yeah.
You know, this is just make sure.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now watch this pack it as good as tight as you can. There you go. There you go. That's good. It's better than mine, Dave.
You learn from the best.
That's it.
All right.
So basically, this is what we're doing. Very simple. Just gonna let that go.
Ooh, some tomatoes. Them tomatoes look good. Roasted them or
Yeah.
whatever.
So when Frankie
My
did
favorite.
it, he would do it over at those little grills you have at like the state parks and stuff like that. Well, the park at in Lafayette that we went to had these little kits, and it was really nice the way he did it and rolled it,
Yeah.
and the vegetables came out blistered, like really little char. And I said, so what are we eating this with? Oh, well, basmati rice. I said, okay. And so basically, that's all he did was some basmati rice. And all he did was salt and pepper. If you never had basmati rice before, it's a lot like jasmine rice, where it actually smells like almost like popcorn whenever it's cooking, and it's amazing. So he just put basmati rice, salt and pepper, and then whenever all this was done, he would just take the lamb skewer and just like that, and it would fall on the side of the rice, and all the vegetables were right there, and it was good. He didn't season it but much more than like salt and pepper.
Right.
And it came out excellent. Not good.
Well, before we take a break, let's revisit Piggly Wiggly and Cash Saver. Most of these ingredients, like we said, can be found over there. If not, just ask them for it. Jace, why don't you? He's been practicing trying to show me up. So why don't you tell everybody the address and the phone numbers?
Well, you can find all these ingredients at 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive. And you can call Piggly Wiggly at 948-9427 and Cash Saver at 948-8199.
All right.
And that's how it's done.
Might take my spot here. Well, you want to take a quick break,
sure.
and then we'll come back and we'll show y'all how we finish up all of this. So y'all join us back for more What's Cooking.
Welcome back to the What's Cooking Show, everybody. We got our beautiful lamb kebabs and vegetables going. So Jason, what's next?
Okay, so like you said, we got all our stuff going. It's got a few more minutes, not much longer. We have our steak that's been resting for probably 15, 20 minutes. So it's about ready to cut. Don't want it to get too cold. So we're gonna show y'all how to make the final part of this dish, and which is saffron rice, which we talked about earlier. You can make it with basmati rice, or you can make it with jasmine rice. We chose to use jasmine rice. I just prefer it. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I just do. So, Jace, well, I tell you what. Grab our pot and put it right there. And I know it needs some salt, so maybe add a little bit of salt to it, a little bit, and then taste it. If it needs more, put some more. So I'm gonna show y'all how to make the saffron rice. So we talked about this herb before on the show, and it's saffron. It's the most expensive herb in the world, basically. So what you want to do is take a little pinch. We have our little mortar and pestle that we got from Miss Liz Durio at one of her estate sales. So we want to pinch. I don't want all that. Okay, that's good. It doesn't take much. And set that on the side. And we're going to basically just want to pulverize it best you can. You want it as fine as you can get it. Now, take a little bit of water, mix it well, and you want to let that sit about 5-10 minutes and let it, what they call, bloom. We don't have that kind of time today, but we're going to show y'all how to assemble it. Yep. So basically, we're going to take some water. Jasmine rice, you want to do typically 1.5 cups of water per cup of rice. I like to go a little bit lighter on the liquid. It makes it for a little bit drier rice because I feel like it's just a little too moist.
Good.
So basically you're gonna heat up your liquid, add your rice. I like to add some of this Amish roll butter. A good friend of ours turned us on to this butter, and it's just a big old hunk of butter, and it's just different. It's delicious. So basically just want to mix that up. I like to put some salt. Sometimes I put a little black pepper in it. You can always add that later. We're gonna add, again, you want to let this sit for probably, 5-10 minutes, and you'll add that to it. What I'll normally do is take some water, rinse it out, add it back in there. Now, when you do that, you have to make sure
You need this.
that, yeah, let me have it. You want to make sure that you compensate for the liquid that you have in the saffron. And you can see it's already turning a nice yellowish color. And that's basically it. So you would turn this on, let it go. Once your liquid comes to a boil or a hard simmer, put the lid on it, turn it down as low as you can get the pot, about 30 minutes, and you're done. So that's how you make the saffron rice, and this is what you end up with. So let's get all this mess out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna take our steak, all the juice that has come out of it. We're gonna use that, don't worry. Right here. Bring the plate up.
So while you're cutting that, I'll tell everybody one more time, all of these ingredients you see here can be found at Piggly Wiggly and Cash Saver. If you don't see it over there, just ask them, and they'll be happy to help you find it. 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive. Jace, why don't you tell them the phone number since you got it like that?
Call Cash Saver at 948-8199 and Piggly Wiggly at 948-9427.
All right.
Good job. I'll put our
That's how you use that.
au jus right back onto the plate.
Beautiful.
Nothing to it. Best part about that is when you take your first bite. All right, now that's one.
Beautiful.
All right, clean the mess once again. All right, Jace, put me some rice right there, bro. Put it on the side like that.
Alrighty.
Put me a good bit.
Yeah, but give him that little spoon right there.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
go
the
ahead.
rice.
That's the rice spoon. Here you
That's
go.
the rice spoon.
All right, move that out the way. All right, let's turn off our grill. Dismiss.
So this rice right here is actually the finished product of our saffron rice that Jason was just showing y'all the process of.
Yeah.
You don't have to cover it.
Alrighty.
Pretty lamb. Oh, put me some more. That's gonna be a little show plate.
Alrighty.
Don't be stingy.
Yeah.
We like to eat around here. You don't have to do that.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Now, let me grab this
Here,
one
let me
first.
move this out the way. Good. I don't know if he's gonna need it.
We're gonna unskewer them. The vegetables smell amazing. Basically, just wanna like that.
Just like that. And thank you, Frankie.
Yeah. Frankie.
Oh.
In memory of my buddy. If you're watching the show, please call me. I miss you, brother. Haven't seen you in forever. Now that's some lamb kebabs with some, man, them vegetables just smell amazing. So lamb two ways. You have basically New York strip loin steak. And you also have some kebabs, Persian style kebabs with saffron rice and some delicious roasted vegetables, grilled vegetables that we did season with our own seasoning. So
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Right.
All right, so one more time, Piggly Wiggly and Cash Saver.
Go ahead, Jace. Go ahead.
You can
I'll
find
let
all of those ingredients at Piggly Wiggly and Cash Saver, 1305 Heather Drive. You can call Cash Saver at 948-8199 and Piggly Wiggly, 8410 Highway 182 North. You can call them at 948-9427.
Good job, son. So we will have, I'm gonna go ahead and say this real quick. We got a few more seconds, but we do have a treat for next week's show. Mr. Raymond Fontenot, who we get all of our grass-fed meat from, has given me a oxtail, grass-fed oxtail.
Oh,
and we're gonna prepare that on the next show, so stick around and stay tuned for that.
Y'all join us back next week for more What's Cooking.